Hi, this is Paul Schwinghammer, President of Hallmark Homes. One question we get asked a lot is, what are the differences between manufactured, modular, and custom-built homes? A manufactured home is one that is built completely in a factory, put on a permanent frame, and delivered to the job site or to the customer's land and set on concrete blocks typically. Now, the difference between a manufactured and a modular simply is that the permanent frame that the manufactured home sits on is never removed. It's set on the blocks, and sometimes a vinyl or aluminum skirt is put around the foundation of the home. Now, with a modular home, it's a little bit different. It can come out in sections to the job site and put on a permanent foundation. So it's more like a true custom home, but it's modularized. It's built in a factory and pre-assembled at the factory, and finished assembly is done at the customer's lot on their own foundation. Now, with a custom-built home, everything is done on the customer's lot, from the foundation to every stick of lumber, all the way through every last shingle, cabinets, carpeting. Everything is done on the job site. Typically, with a custom home builder like Hallmark Homes, you're going to get an entire package price, start to finish, completely turnkey. Not so much with manufactured and modular homes. You will get a price on the home itself, and then you will also be required to do certain things yourself, primarily the foundation and any site improvements, such as your well, your septic, your permits, getting connections to your utilities, your backfill, your finish grade, your rough grade, your driveway, your concrete. So lots of things you may have to do yourself when looking at modular or manufactured homes. Hallmark Homes takes care of all those things for you, and it's in one complete package price deal. A custom home is built on site. Modular and manufactured homes are built in a factory. There's advantages and disadvantages to both. Clearly, when you're building in an enclosed environment like with a manufactured or modular home, you don't have the elements. In harsh Indiana Midwest winters, sometimes it's difficult building on site. Now, the disadvantage of building in a factory is that when it comes to changes, corrections, additions, it's much more difficult to make changes when it's already built. So when it comes to the job site from the factory, the finished product has pretty much already been established. When you're building a custom home, you have the flexibility to make changes during construction, should they need to be made, or if you desire to have a door moved or a wall moved, it's much easier with a custom home than when it's already been completed in a factory. Quality control can be very good in both cases. In a factory, you have a quality control manager that goes around and makes sure that the walls are plumb and square and that the house is put together as it should be. When you're building on site, you have a construction manager and a quality control manager that's watching every subcontractor and trade put the product together, checking thoroughly to make sure they're doing their job well. The role of a homeowner in a modular, manufactured, or custom-built situation is completely different. In a manufactured home, basically you go in, you put your order in for the home, similar to purchasing a vehicle, pick out your options, and you wait a few weeks and it comes delivered, finished to the job, set on your concrete blocks. So you really have no direct input during the construction process. Similarly, in a modular home situation, you do pretty much the same thing, although you are allowed a few more custom changes up front while you're designing the home with your modular manufacturing representative. However, you won't be allowed to go in the factory and actually make changes. So once you've decided what you want on paper, that's pretty much the way it's going to come built on your foundation. With a custom-built home, you're very involved. From the selection process up front, picking out your cabinets, your light fixtures, your carpeting, your bricks, your siding and your roofs, etc., all the way through the entire construction process. You'll be involved. You'll help the field manager decide where outlets are going to go, where light fixtures are going to go. Important things that are much more difficult to change later than they are in the construction site. So you will be involved in the construction process with a custom-built home, whereas with manufactured and in modular housing, you won't. Most buyers like the thought of having a custom-built home, whether or not they built it or not. They like knowing that the house was crafted on-site by skilled carpenters and tradesmen. Now, with a modular manufactured home, some people think that's a stigma, meaning it was built in a factory, thus it must be of less quality. That may or may not be true. There's a lot of good manufactured and modular building companies. However, the stigma of the fact that it was built in a factory still carries a lot of weight with a lot of buyers. Now, appraised value, it can hinder it possibly as well, depending on the modular home and the manufacturer, whereas a custom-built home is always considered to be of superior quality in most appraisers' eyes and almost all buyers' eyes. Now, the warranties with manufactured and modular housing are mostly structural in nature. So if you have a structural problem with a manufactured or modular housing, there's a good possibility that that manufacturer is going to stand behind the product. With a custom-built home, as in our case, we have various walkthroughs that we provide for our customers at various stages after completion. At 30 days, at 11 months, and at 23 months, we have walkthroughs with a homeowner to make sure everything is as it should be, per the guidelines of the guaranteed or insured warranty. And we also have emergency 24-hour service. Now, that's something you're typically not going to get with a manufactured or modular home company. Something that is also very important, knowing that your builder is local, knowing that you could pick up the phone and have someone out immediately if need be, is an important consideration. So please take that into consideration when choosing what type of home you're going to build. So if you'd like to get some additional information about custom home building, and particularly what Hallmark Homes has to offer, I invite you to click a button on the right side of the screen and get our free home plan book and buyer's guide. It has not only a lot of floor plans in it, but lots of useful information about what to look for when buying a lot, what to expect when we build on your lot, as well as some financing information. Kind of an entire step-by-step process of what happens between choosing a floor plan and actually moving into your new home.